Good afternoon, everybody. This is Steve Kay of Cattle Buyers Weekly. We had a cattle on feed report that came out about 33 minutes ago, and the numbers, cattle on feed as of April 1 this year, 11.152 million head. That's 95.5% of a year ago. Placed in March, 1,802,000 head. That's 103.8% of a year ago. And marketed in March, 1,828,000 head. That's 99.2% of a year ago. And I would certainly regard the report as neutral. It is rather an extraordinary or notable report for a statistical quirk that the percentages in each of the three categories almost identically match the average of analysts' estimates. I've never seen that happen in the 22 years that I've covered these cattle on feed reports. March placements were above a year ago, as I noted, and absolutely identical to the average estimate. March marketings were 0.8% below and also identical, and the April cattle on feed total was nearly identical. I think just a statistical quirk because the average guess was 95.6. I mentioned those marketings. A potential negative was that the March marketings were more than 5% below the same month last year, if you take out one additional slaughter day that we had this year. And March and obviously now April fed cattle slaughter totals remain smaller than last year, which suggests to some a slight backlog of market-ready cattle might be building. But against that, the sharp rally in live cattle prices this week, cash prices this week, suggest that numbers remain quite tight for this time of the year. The higher placements in part reflected the lower placements of prior months apart from February, and a desire, of course, by cattle feeders to fill pens that were beginning to empty out, despite the projected break-evens this fall that might not provide them with profits. Also interesting is that the weight breakdown showed the entire year-on-year increase in placements came in the heavier categories. That's the 700-pound plus. The under 700-pound category saw a 25,000 head decline in placements, whereas the 700 to 799-pound category saw a 31,000 head or 5.5% year-on-year increase, and an even bigger increase in that 800-pound plus category. Those numbers, those placements are up 60,000 head or 11.8% on last year. Texas and Oklahoma feedlots placed 13 and 36% more cattle respectively than last year, and that very much reflects, along with that weight breakdown, reflects the number of quite heavy cattle that moved off wheat pasture in that region. Only Colorado of the major feeding states had more cattle on feed on April 1 than last year. They were up 2%, so all the other major states are still down 4 or 5%. So that's the cattle on feed report for this month. Obviously, with the market rally this week, cattle feeders are probably feeling a whole lot better than they did a couple of weeks ago, and hoping that a spring rally will continue for the next month or so. So until next month, I'll sign off. Thanks a lot.